Alright, so let's do something a little different this morning. Make a video on how I do my deluxe breakfast. Usually, first thing I'll do is I'll take my eggs and put them in a blender because it's so much easier just to do that. But in this case, I've got 6 people to feed today, so I put about 14 eggs in there. And I'm going to get some milk out of the refrigerator. Take a little bit of milk. And you don't, when you cook the eggs, you just want them to be, you don't want them too watery, so you don't want to add too much milk. Just enough to give the eggs kind of a nice yellow color. So we'll take and put our eggs in the blender, crank her up. Make sure we get them good and blended. Now, usually I'll get me a medium-sized skillet, which we'll find here in a minute. Somewhere. We'll get back to that. Anyway, need a little bit of butter. You're going to put a little bit of butter in your frying pan. And then you're going to take an onion, a bell pepper, and a tomato. So I haven't grabbed them all. I like to take one tomato. I got 2 tomatoes. That one's for something else. But bring up all 3 of these and cook them first. Take and put a little butter in my frying pan and cook them up first, and then I'll put my eggs in there. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll get back to that in just a second. I'm going to do that. I'll take and chop me up and dice. Now I've gutted my green bell pepper. There's still a little bit of seeds left in it and a little bit of white gunk. I'm going to get that out and then rinse it out. I always rinse my vegetables real good. Anything that comes from a grocery store that's been out, people touch their hands. I like to clean it up real good. Alright, I've got all my onions, my bell pepper, and my tomatoes all cut up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat them up. I'm a little impatient. I got it set on 6. So I'm going to set it on about 8. Just keep stirring it until the bell peppers and the onions get soft. And then I'll probably take about half of them out because I can't put that whole thing in there. But after you do that, another thing I don't have today, but that I like to add, once I get my eggs going, I like to take and put a little bit of sliced ham and some cheese in there. I do have some cheese, I think, so I'm going to put some cheese in it. But it makes the best scrambled eggs. So, it ain't much of a recipe, but I thought I'd share it with people. And if y'all like it, try it out. I do have one other recipe that I cook. It's fish, and basically what I use is I'll get my fish fillets, and I'll take and get me some flour, some egg, and some Italian breadcrumbs, and I'll take and take the fish fillet, put it in the egg first. Actually, I put it in the egg first, batter it around, and then take and put it in the flour, and then put it in the breadcrumbs. The egg helps everything stick together, and then you fry it, and man, it is so good. Hopefully I'm going to get my wife to get on this thing and show some of her recipes. She has got some really good recipes. That woman can cook. Surprisingly, I'm not fat. But we're going to get this done, and then we'll show you a little more. Alright, now we got our onions, bell peppers, and tomatoes cooked down. So what we're going to do is add a little more butter for our eggs. Let that melt down just a little bit. Don't take long because I got her pretty warm. Set my temperature on 6. And let that butter melt down good. only reason I put butter in there is kind of keep it from sticking. I ain't no expert cook, definitely not like my wife, but I can cook breakfast pretty good and my wife loves it. Turn our little thing here so that we can pour our eggs out. We'll pour about half of what you made in there. Of course, in my case, it's half because, like I said, obviously not everything's going to fit in there. And then we'll kind of get our onions and our bell peppers kind of put in there good. Alright. And let's see if we got some cheese in the refrigerator. I think we do, but I think that was for tacos. But we're going to use it anyway. Taco blend cheese. It don't matter. You can use American cheese, taco blend cheese. I don't have any ham. Well, actually, I do, but we might put that in there. This is ham and cheese loaf. I don't see where that would hurt. And just make it better, too. A little ham and cheese loaf. A little bit of cheese. And like with the ham, you want to chop it up nice. Make into about little, maybe 1/4-inch squares. And add that to it and a little salt and pepper. Get it done and serve, and it is absolutely delicious. Alright, batch 1's made. Yeah, I know it don't look too pretty, but man, that's good. And we got the second batch on, so. And we're going to make a little bit of toast. Sometimes I make bacon too, but I ain't got no bacon, so we're going to make some toast.